You are listening to Venus Rose, interactive spiritual Q&A and the power of sound.
Music is like sunshine.
Hello, conscious souls. How are you feeling? We are in another heat wave. The temperatures are rising steadily. Neptune, the planet who is connected to dreams and spirituality, is now retrograde since July 7th. That means he appears to move backwards from the Earth's point of view. I mention this here because he is a representative for the yearning of your soul in Western astrology. The astrologer Stephanie Powers says, "These periods of retrograde of the outer planets helps your vision to become crystal clear. With Neptune, it is about rearranging your soul's purpose." End of quote. We combine this with what else is happening now. Sun and Cancer energy is about who is in your heart. Who do you want to surround yourself with? About how you love and how you attach yourself to others. Nostalgia and family lineages are themes of this season. Cancer season is in full swing. Sun and Moon are coming together in this zodiac sign. The new moon, the new start, is already felt, but will be exact on the 14th of July. The time is depending on where you are in the globe. All of this together is, from my point of view, an important emotional reset. And I would like to add another quote from one of my favorite astrologers, Molly McCord here. She says, "So you can go back to October 2025 and look at what you have been healing and emotional moving through for about 9 months. That now could feel like it's changing, that you could be feeling an emotional purification, a cleansing, and a reset here that you've had to slowly work through, and that brought up not only more than you expected, but also maybe ran deeper than you realized." She continues, "It would have been something that emotionally formed you, that brought up a healing theme to face and move through on your own, ultimately become stronger and more confident because of what you've learned along the way. This would have changed an emotional imprint you were carrying and brought you into greater connection with what you need and what you want going forward." End of quote. The world is changing, and what we need and want is keeping us in movement. In my last episode, we looked at soul connections between the family of blood and friends. But what about your soul's lineage, your legacy of light? You are a bearer of this legacy, and sometimes it helps you understand yourself better when you know more about it. This again is an ultra complex but beautiful topic that I come across regularly in the one-on-one sessions that I do. On my YouTube channel named Crystal Seraphim Sounds, I have various sound bites. They are designed in a way that the subconscious or the soul chooses. What is soothing or activating for you is one thing. The codes that are integrating while you listen transform you, and with it, your environment. It also helps to connect deep within with your soul's origin. Members from your so-called soul family will integrate the same codes the way you do. Don't get me wrong, from my point of view, we all come from source energy, or some say God. But just like people are born in different countries, souls have different frequencies of origin. I like to view them as fabrics, so to speak. One can be velvet, one is more linen, the next can be like silk. Even when we have cotton, it depends on how it is woven. It can sometimes be similar, but not exactly the same. The question in center for today is, where is the difference between a soul family and my family of blood? Thank you so much for sending this in. As I humbly tried to explain, at least a bit, in my last episode, is that the soul chooses, from what I have been shown and learned. I emphasize on this because other teachers may have other facets of truth out there. I personally always at least aim for the highest truth, because I believe there is one. Something that various sources who are independently from one another agree with. The soul chooses what needs to be learned in a lifetime, and with it, which environment it may need, even if it is a harsh one, including other souls that will help them achieve a certain outcome that supports not only their own life, but that of their community in proximity as well. The family you were born into might have a similar, let's say, assignment or not. But the influence, may it be positive or negative, is there to work through it and help to evolve. A soul family, from my point of view, is a bit different. In former times, it was often not necessary to meet one member in a lifetime. Times are changing, Gaia is changing, and more energy is needed. So nowadays, when soul family members meet, it's because their combined energy is needed oftentimes for a greater cause. Amplified energy from the same soul fabric frequency is able to bring movement into the field of consciousness. They function as activators simply by walking around. There is so much energy in their aura that standing beside them would change your own field. Children and animals recognize exalted energy fields and feel drawn to people who are activated in that way. Many of you might think about concepts like twin flames or soulmates, and yes, they do fall into the soul family basket. Twin flames share the same energy frequency. But against the perception of many, these connections can be, but are not necessarily, of a romantic nature. Mother and child, for example, can be soulmates. Most of the times, like the term mate says, friends are. Pets can also be mates of the soul. Being able to manage to bring a soul family connection into a romantic relationship is possible, but it is for sure not the easiest task. there is a lot of energy that needs to be worked through, unresolved things from former lives, or unfulfilled dharma as well, that has wounds because it was not expressed and wants to be lived in the current incarnation. But if two people come into such kind of union, the greatest of powers can be wielded. This is the supreme discipline, not for kings and queens, but for empresses and emperors who are able to manage many realms simultaneously, on their own, together with each other, and for the world. Not always visible, but with an intense impact for the collective nonetheless. A soulmate is seldom soul family. Can be. That one of your siblings is part of your soul fam is possible though. There are more concepts in the soul realms, like an oversoul, a conglomerate of souls who come from a certain dimension of source. This is soul family in the way that I would define it. There are, of course, other ways you could give this definition. Above the oversoul is another formation called the monad. When the oversoul, for example, is a county, the monad is the country, so to speak. And yes, there is more. But for this question, we want to check more into what relates with one another. And since there are no such things as biology with the soul, the frequencies can be perceived by some. Sometimes soul family members have similar traits or abilities. They for sure will process or experience the world somehow alike. That, of course, can be the case for biological twins too, but does not have to be. This might have been uncharted territory for many of you, so I will leave this for now and hope I manage to explain the differences at least a bit. Come and see me for a session if this topic has made you curious somehow. I love to hear from you. The emotional Cancer season continues. You can leave questions in the comments of my YouTube channel named Crystal Seraphim Sounds or my Instagram. For those of you who do not have social media and love to send questions or would like to book a one-on-one session to go on a soul sound journey with me, send me an email for further details. You can find everything in the show notes. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you a beautiful start into the new week. Love to you all. Rose.